Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 10 episode.
Season 10. Wow.
It's a long show.
Yes.
Season 5, Episode 10 of Shera, Return to the Fright Zone.
I wonder why they're going to go back there. I mean, everybody on Etheria is pretty much being chipped to work for Horde Prime, so things are not looking good going into this episode. They have Mermista, Scorpia, Spinnerella, and Micah. So how do you feel going into this episode?
I'm really nervous for them. I think it's going to be really hard for them to balance the reality that the people they're fighting are so skilled with the fact that they're best friends and they don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, so that's going to be rough to see that figured out, but make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you are excited for this episode and the final 3 episodes of Shera and the Princesses of Power following it. You can also check out the Patreon linked in the description below to see all of those episodes. Right now, the rest of Shera Season 5 is now posted to Patreon, and you can see all those episodes in their extended uncut forms. Starting today is 1 month until we begin our next series following Shera, and we've already decided what it is going to be. It is a show that everybody has been talking about and saying that we have to watch, and we are going to be watching Arcane. It's a fantastic show from what I've seen thus far. It only has 9 episodes, so that's why we didn't really do a big voting system, because Arcane was the obvious choice. We're going to do 9 of those, and then throughout when we're watching Arcane each Tuesday, we're going to be figuring out which series we want to watch next, which could be Young Justice, Teen Titans, Owl House, Clone Wars, lots of options. But if you are excited for Arcane, make sure to like and subscribe down below and keep a lookout for those episodes coming to Patreon very soon. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for Season 5, Episode 10 of Shera and the Princesses of Power?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
So at least they got back to the squad.
If we want to stop Horde Prime, we have to neutralize them and figure out how to free them from their chips.
Leave this to me. I've been keeping track of every princess's weakness. I've discerned the best tactical strategy to overpower every one of them. Spinny's
Where's
weakness
Catra
is
on this?
obvious.
Real obvious.
What is it exactly? Everyone knows she twisted her ankle when she was a kid. Her injury will act up on her. I'll target it and subdue her and save her and remind her of it every time she tells me it's my turn to clean.
Can we circle back to your very detailed theories on our weaknesses?
Not all of us will be as easy as a twisted ankle.
They have to come up with theories in case they get chipped.
That's fine. I'll just demonstrate. Entrapta's weakness. Tech. Mermista's fire.
Yeah.
Funny.
Mermista's also fire. Adora can act to save her life. Extreme hair envy with Shera. Crippling self-doubt mixed with hubris.
Dang.
Whoa. That's like really personal.
Yeah.
Oh, do me.
Perfuma, fire. An inability
Fire for
to
everybody.
unleash your full-powered, overwhelming fear of hurting the people you care about.
Some might say positive
Yikes.
quality.
It's not. Beau's weakness?
I think it's a positive quality. Oh, the bow.
Time thinking
Yeah.
about this, huh?
Contingency plans are how you win, and I
That's
always
cool.
That's
win.
cool.
Okay,
There's Catra.
we get it. Princesses are easy to take down. You and your files don't have anything on real threats.
I'm obsessed. Not the...
Is that a spray bottle?
Yeah. Catra's
That's
a
so
cat. That
funny.
counter's been going through the roof recently. People point out that Perfuma looks sad in this shot now because Scorpia was taken.
Oh, no. Oh, I hate
Scorpuma,
that.
is that the name we go with? Or
What?
Scorpia and Perfuma?
Oh, okay.
Scorfuma or Perpia? That's cursed.
They're both bad.
Perpia is cursed though.
We need to stop the chipped princesses before they hurt anyone else. There is good news. We know where Scorpia is. Bo.
Huh? Oh, right. Scorpia returned to the Fright Zone.
She's gonna be
If
so
Scorpia
mad.
went back to the
Oh, that's why
Fright
they're
Zone,
going to
Yeah.
Fright Zone.
Okay.
there's probably a part of her that remembers it's her home.
That pile of junk isn't anyone's home.
Scorpia saved me. If anyone can resist Horde Prime's programming, it's Scorpia. Her heart's too strong. She'd never hurt her friend.
She's not great at standing up to authority, trust me.
Your negative vibes aren't appreciated.
She stood up to you. What?
Yeah.
All that matters is
vibes.
the chip. The only reason that Adora, saved me or whatever, is because the chip got damaged first. That's how we free them.
You think you know how to save Scorpia? I know all about how you treated her back in the Horde.
Ooh.
Things are different now. Scorpia knows the kindness of a true friend.
Dang. I mean, warranted.
Yeah.
She was terrible to Scorpia for no reason.
We all
It's
want
sweet
to
that
save
Scorpia told Perfuma about that, though.
Yeah, that's so sad. But
It makes me sad to think about it, but also like happy that she had a really good friend who was able to like talk her through all that stuff.
Yeah, also the fact that Mulog completely mirrors Catra's mood. Now we can just see how she's feeling at all
I
times.
want a shadow cat.
We make our way through the desert, we can enter the Fright Zone through here. Catra, Milog, we'll need you to cloak us.
Somebody told me Milog is Gollum backwards.
Okay,
I don't know what to
That's
do with that info,
cute.
but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I can name the other kitten Gollum.
That'd be funny.
I'm gonna get a kitten and name it Milog.
Isn't it?
Oh.
I was wondering when they would come.
Yeah,
back.
you just mentioned being curious about his
Well
dad's.
hidden, but I haven't heard from them since we got back.
We should go check on them.
What about the missions?
Adora and the others can handle Scorpia.
Wonder if they play a role. I was wondering. Seems like they kind of
have to make sure your dads are safe.
took a back seat.
I'm worried about them.
It'll also like take 2 seconds, like teleport there, and if they're fine, then you can just go back.
Mm-hmm. I guess he's worried if they're not fine, it derails them.
But then it's your dad's, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But he just doesn't. Poe's just so not selfish that he's not even thinking of himself
Okay.
at that time. He needed somebody to be like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
Being back.
It's a tough position.
I'm sure.
He's here. Most of them bad.
First time them going back together as friends again.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Bet I can still beat you to the forge. Because you always cheat.
Oh. And Milog can cloak them. That's
Yeah.
Well, it's different than I remember it.
I just realized something.
That's a really funny freeze frame of
that's
Catra.
rough. But I was gonna say, when Scorpia encounters Catra, the thing is, when Catra encountered Adora, Horde Prime started using the memories of Catra to kind of like get in Adora's head. Scorpia saying mean things to Catra is gonna be devastating.
Oh,
Just
wow.
devastating. Don't you think?
You're absolutely right, because it's just going to completely confirm everything that Catra thinks about herself, and especially coming from Scorpia, because she would never do anything like that. Oh boy,
It's gonna be a big thing.
that's going to cut deep. Like, that's something you don't recover from.
Yeah.
It just
Unless,
bounces
like-
around your head at night until you die.
Yeah. See if she can accept
Brack
it.
and I may have had a small disagreement.
Yeah, it was eventful. Well, not sure about that one.
Well,
Scorpia?
What is she doing?
Scorpia! Get back here! No! Does no one understand what stealth means?
Your plans are just the worst.
Well,
there she is.
yeah, Scorpia's got a really powerful princess power too.
Why isn't she attacking?
She recognizes us. I told you she'd never hurt
Not sure about that one, Chief.
No, don't do that. See, this is how I die in a horror movie situation.
Oh no. Gotta take it seriously. She's not
Must not
really.
be able to tell
Yeah.
that it's us.
Why didn't she attack initially? Is the question.
Maybe she was just like booting up.
Oh my. Oh, what? Does she have super strength?
Hasn't she kind of always had super strength?
She's been strong. Oh, that's why.
Oh shit.
So she apologized, but
Yeah, but it's
wasn't
not
really
like
hurt.
she.
But oh my
yeah, not.
goodness.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That'll work.
I'm sorry. I just need to comment. Like, Scorpia's been strong. She hasn't been picking up huge objects and hurling them with one arm. That's never been a thing.
I guess not to that extent, but they've also not been in situations where that would be like a productive thing to do.
Absolutely. No, what I'm saying is, wow, makes sense.
Oh,
but
gotcha. Okay.
Dang,
Yeah,
like a
no,
bloodlusted
100%.
Scorpia is so powerful.
That's yeah. No, that's
it's
impressive.
like base level even without. Maybe the princess powers help that. Still, dang. Nice.
She can tell it's us.
Yes, but Cat, can we really blame her?
And we haven't seen much of her princess powers. Like, what's
Yeah,
her?
super true.
Doesn't
Like-
feel right.
Spinnerella can shoot an air blast, but also do a hurricane. What's her hurricane?
Yeah.
You know?
Prime bots.
Oh no.
Well, that was easy.
By
Yeah.
my home.
No.
Lance? George?
Hang on.
If anything happened to them.
No.
What if Horde Prime has them? What if he chipped them?
We don't know that. Maybe they want somewhere safe.
Theria is under Prime's control. They can't defend themselves. And now they've been taken by Horde Prime.
Bo?
I should have never learned archery. Then none of this would have happened.
Bow!
Of course they knew.
What does it say?
It says, what did the first one say when they burned dinner? It was ruined.
What does that mean? I don't
That's funny, because they have ruins.
I know where they are.
Okay, I know that you knew, but I still wanted to comment on it, okay?
Get it?
Sorry.
Because ruins.
You're mean.
It was ruined.
Ridiculous. He did not like
Get it? Because ruins. I
know
don't
where they
speak,
are.
Dad.
Oh, that could have gone better. Hey, I'm working on being a better friend.
I'm obsessed with the way Milog talks.
Me too.
Scorpia's not alone.
Mermista. Oh no.
Shit.
She knows how to use the sewer pipes of the Fright Zone. How do you even
this
fight
is
your
so
friend?
scary.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you do? Shera! Drop it! Drop it! We don't throw
Us when Appa.
Literally what that.
This isn't working! Look at her! It's like she doesn't even recognize us!
When he goes full paper towel goblin. Appa loves paper
With
towels.
the feelings, you could be one of the strongest princesses.
I am strong!
What happens when
but I'm
Perfuma
not
lets
gonna
go?
hurt my friend!
I really wish she'd stop doing
Okay.
Wait a
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Of all of the powers to immobilize but not injure someone, Perfuma probably has the best shot there.
Yeah.
Because Adora, super strength, right? If you just like beat the shit out of someone, that's like one thing. You can throw heavy things at them. That's all gonna like really injure, if not kill them. But wrapping them up like a little spider web in like a plant burrito.
Yeah, that's what Perfuma typically does. But what's nice is the way this show's written. If somebody mentions, if you just let go, you'd be the most powerful, it means we're going to get to see that,
Yeah,
which I am
100%.
so excited for.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this together. There are two main plant-powered heroes, three main plant-powered heroes that I know of, and it's Poison Ivy, Perfuma, and then the plant-powered person in Sky High. With Perfuma and the person from Sky High, they're both sort of pacifists that never actually, because like plants, man, like peace, like it's always like, you know, good vibes, like
Plants, man.
that's it. But when the person in Sky High let go, she easily defeated one of the better people in the movie. So I'm interested to see what Perfuma's thing is. Like,
100%. Is it just like ultra plant? Is it just like her powers, but just like exponentially increased, or is it something different?
the thing I'm thinking is, especially if they're in like the Whispering Woods or something, like the root systems of that.
Yeah,
like,
what can you do with a tree?
We've seen her do extreme root bending to a level where she lifted a ship out of a massive
Yeah.
hole. We've seen her create a giant plant golem. I'm sorry, was that an Attack on Titan reference?
Which show are we watching?
Tell me the hand didn't grip just like that on the top of the wall.
For years, we lived safe inside the walls.
Then everything changed. The walls pit humanity cat. And that was just in a filler fun episode where she was like, yay, plant golem. Like, you can create a mech suit out of plants, like, that can roar. Oh, it can roar. I don't know. I feel like if she really let go, and if she
It's game over.
gets chipped, that's the other way that we can
Oh,
see her full power.
no,
is if
no.
somehow she gets taken, because you're done.
I really hate that idea.
Yeah.
Please, stop! You don't have to do this anymore!
Okay.
Okay.
Good. The flower.
Cute. If she snaps them, I'm gonna be really sad.
Well, not exactly snapping.
That was pretty much snapping.
I was more saying technicality-wise. Oh, I think that's because she's not pure apart right now, because she doesn't want to hurt her
What a
friends.
wasted effort.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're all
Crap.
here.
One's mine.
Gonna get her ankle moving. Montana's weakness too, actually.
Mine's actually my knee.
I mean, you don't love joints.
Oh, it's ruined! I get it!
You like 10 minutes ago.
Terrible. Why do you think they came?
They were looking for First One's artifacts. Would have been the last safe place to go.
Oh,
Did they? They did both. That's amazing.
okay. Almost
He's gonna
just
be like,
took
"Good
him
shot."
out.
We didn't
Yeah.
hit you, did we? Sorry. We're so sorry.
I'm still teaching him how to use this thing.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah, I
glad
don't
they're
know how to
part of
use
the
it
show
either.
again.
I'm so glad they're
So,
okay.
it's good you're here.
You got our message.
I knew you'd understand.
You will not distract me with puns
You.
right now. I've been worried. You haven't responded to any of my messages. Our tracker pad's been on the fritz. We left a note. You can't just work on ancient history.
You were the one who inspired us to fight for what we believe in. We're not hiding down here. We found something.
Are they
that
gonna
we think
access
might
the
help
Heart of Etheria.
Stop.
Come on.
Because they would be the ones to understand it. They know all about First One's tech.
You're so right.
Wow. I wonder if Horde Etheria ends up becoming a big thing still.
It has to, right? There's been like too much buildup.
It kind of has to.
Oh.
Hiding is pointless.
Doesn't seem super pointless.
Show yourself and kneel before Horde Prime. Not a chance.
Mermista without the sarcasm, very odd.
Yeah, don't like it.
Big cat.
Not going anywhere.
Oh, but you are.
Oh,
No, oh my god.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
you can't get rid of me. You know Nicki Minaj has done voice acting work?
I did not know that.
Scorpia was so full of light and kindness, and he stripped that away. He erased her. He erased our
I love her
friendship.
freckles.
Oh. Well. Oh, and they went to her power source.
Crap. Oh,
Why would you
great
go to her
idea.
power
Yeah,
source?
super smart. Great job, everyone.
It's gonna have to be Perfuma.
Let's go.
It's scary Scorpia hasn't said anything.
I don't know. I lost her.
She doesn't want to hurt her friends, I guess? That might be the only logical thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That it's like you're not technically trying to invoke Shera if you have like regrets about it, maybe.
Yeah. Who's doing all the power to this?
Scorpia with electricity?
Horde Prime.
No.
I was like, who's doing the tech?
Anytime Shera wants to come back, that would be great.
Of course he knows all the systems because a clone of him built it.
Wow. It's like the reverse power of cloning.
Yeah.
Oh.
What? She can control tech?
Wires through electricity, maybe?
Yeah.
Made Etheria so special. Starting with my brother's amusing little stronghold.
You're not getting Shera.
What's his solution for not having
I have
Shera?
no need for you. Not anymore. My little brother's research has given me everything I need.
Is that why our
The
powers are messing
technology of
up?
This planet is
Oh,
familiar to
interesting.
me, crude, outdated. It will be child's play to bypass its defenses and take the weapon at its heart, with or without you.
Oh. Well, that's suboptimal.
Like, he's really scary, but he's also fucking annoying.
Yeah.
From the time of the first ones, fighting against a powerful tyrant just like we are. Watch. Eternia.
Greetings, Administrator. What is your query?
That's cool, Dad, but we met her a while ago.
This seems different.
Oh, that's not it. We found something hidden in her programming.
For the honor of...
No,
Okay.
I
Wait.
don't always you did it last time.
Okay, fine.
For the honor of Grayskull!
Cute.
I love doing that!
This is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
What?
Like a planetarium situation?
We weren't
That's
sure what
first
the
one's
thing we
writing.
first found. We thought it must be a glitch.
We remembered that message on your tracker pad. It used coded language based on the star formation.
Friend of...
Not that one. It's just...
I got it. Mara. There.
Greetings, friends of Mara.
Mara wasn't alone. She was working with a group of rebels, going against their first one's
Really?
leaders.
There's one recording
All right.
available.
Play it.
This is our last transmission.
Oh, this is big time.
Hearing this, you need to listen. There's a failsafe for the heart of Etheria. It will allow you to destroy the heart and end this for good. It's at the Arxia outpost. Lost touch with them. If there's anyone left out there, you need to find it.
Arxia outpost.
But it's too late for us. This is Rebel Squash and Grayskull. After the last time, we're signing off.
Okay, so there's a failsafe.
Failsafe.
Useful.
Alright. Yeah, would have been good to know about.
This could save the universe.
Okay, but Prime just said he didn't need them or anything. So,
Yeah.
We don't know.
Oh,
The
so they
first
don't
ones
know
had
where it
different
is.
names for
Awesome.
everything on Etheria. But in all our studies, we've never heard of a place called Arxia.
We have to tell Adora. There's a failsafe out there somewhere. We need to find it.
They're not in a great spot right now, actually.
Oh, are you okay?
no.
What's going on?
Oh, Glimmer, they need... Yeah.
This whole thing was a trap. No! Why
She
did I
hates
get
water.
the water princess? You're lying. You will never get your hands on the heart of Etheria.
It's over, Adora. You will not be able to stop me. Your childish fixation on saving your friends has distracted you, has made you vulnerable weak.
You're wrong. There's power, real power in love and friendship.
And what could you possibly
Love her.
know about real power?
Friendship isn't a weakness. It's my greatest strength. Scorpia's too.
I've heard enough. End this.
Scorpia, you can break through this. I know you can.
It's not looking good. Oh.
Nope. She freed them?
Huh.
Submit yourself to inspection.
The flower.
No matter. They are insignificant. The plan is underway, and the heart will soon be in my grasp.
Okay, so he's shocked that they can actually get through to them.
It's almost over.
Oh boy.
Let go. Give end to Horde Prime's will.
Oh, her ankle.
The ankle.
They always use celery when they do that.
That's terrible.
Don't you get it, Spinny?
Oh no.
Never letting you go. Spinny, you're my weakness.
Net power. Nice. Okay, well, at least everybody's saved.
I got her.
Where was Entrapta during this?
So, I heard Scorpia dropped a beam on you.
Scorpia missed. She missed on purpose.
How do you know?
I know, because I believe in Scorpia.
I hope you're right. Scorpia is really lucky to have a friend like you.
It's hard keeping your heart open. It makes you vulnerable, but it doesn't make you weak. And I have to believe it's worth it. If you want, work through some guided meditation to begin to
I was gonna say Perfuma could help.
And your negativity.
Your abandonment issues in there. Perfuma's tall. Never realized that.
Yeah.
There's a failsafe for the heart of Etheria. Mara did it! This could work! We can still save everyone! We can stop the heart of Etheria for good! Do we know what it is? Or where it is?
It's supposed to be in some place called Arxia. Other than that, we've got nothing.
We know where it is.
Oh no.
All right.
And they've been off to get more powerful. How did they do that? Oh, Shadow Weaver and Catra.
We have to go
In
to
the Fright Zone. Mysticore.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
all right.
That was season 5, episode 10 of Shera and the Princesses of Power. What do you think? It was a great episode. Sad in a lot of ways, but great.
Yeah, very sad. I feel like we're still waiting on a big breakthrough with the chips. Like, I'm glad we got Spinnerella back, but I feel like it's going to be too hard to do all of them individually, and they need to come up with like a way to do all of it at once, I guess, or at least make it a lot easier.
Yeah, lots to talk about this episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for episode 11 of season 5 of Shera. That's coming next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you can't wait and want to watch that episode along with the rest of Shera and the Princesses of Power, it is posted to Patreon in its extended uncut form right now. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's go to the episode verdict.
For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions after every episode, check out the Patreon linked in the description below and join at any level to start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. McKinsel's asks, Perfuma, there's power, real power, in love, joy, and friendship. Friendship isn't a weakness, it's my greatest strength. You've talked a lot about the themes of this show, and looking back on all that has happened up to this point, what about Perfuma's thesis statement here? What do we think? That there's power in friendship, joy?
I think she's absolutely right. I feel like in shows like this, or just like shows in general, power is often misconstrued as like sheer force, or like how much you can lift, or like how many people you can kill at once. But I feel like the bonds that form between people when they experience things together and choose to share their lives is so unique and special and just like unquantifiable. I think there are a lot of ways for that to be beneficial or be like used in battle that are a lot more complex and difficult to isolate.
Yeah.
But I think there are absolutely things that you can do because of friends and because of the joy that you experience together that has nothing to do with anything remotely power related that lets you achieve significantly more.
And you look at every moment in the show, like the first season finale where they all came together and their powers allowed them to sort of glow and work together as one, and that's kind of the power of friendship in a way.
Yeah.
Even when Glimmer and Catra kind of made that little bond on Horde Prime's ship that led to Catra saving Glimmer, and and then them saving Catra. Like at every turn, a loss of a friendship has been what resulted in the worst stuff, and keeping friendship has been what's resulted in the best stuff. So I think the show, at its core, it is a show about people and how they process trauma and how they process loss of people or friendship or new people. And I think at its core, the message is that like friendship is incredibly important and it's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that like the best or the closest way that you could like actually like measure, like put like a number on the increase in power is if you look at like the amount of damage or destruction or just like battle points someone would get in just like a generic situation versus when they're fighting for someone they love and care about. There's gonna be a measurable difference.
Yeah.
And that is the power of friendship in the sense of like the difference friendship makes in someone's ability to fight like that. Having something that you care so deeply about gives you a reason to fight harder and better and just kind of operate on a different level.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to question 2.
All right, Seraphine Peltier asks, Perfuma goes from trashing Catra at the beginning of the episode to being friendly towards her at the end. What do you think of her words of advice regarding vulnerability, and what do they say about Catra's arc as a whole?
I think the words about, keeping your heart open and being willing to receive and give love, like it was sad seeing Perfuma kind of like roast Catra for a while, because I mean, at its core, if somebody's making a huge mistake or has been making huge mistakes, you do need to let them know like that was not cool. And like that's what Perfuma did. And sure, it brings an element of shame and an element of sadness, but then when she comes back with this is the better way, it was a very effective method. And telling Catra to keep her heart open and be vulnerable and allow herself to feel like it's difficult to be vulnerable when time and time again you have been let go by the people that you kind of attach yourself to. And the loss of Adora really sent Catra down this path of, oh, well, now nobody cares about me. And then Scorpia was there, and then she was going for power and didn't care about Scorpia. And then when Scorpia left, it hit her again. Same thing with Entrapta, same thing with Hordak eventually. Yeah. And that leads to not wanting to be vulnerable, to close yourself off like Catra had been doing. But the second that she started opening up, it got better. And I think like it does say a lot about Catra's arc that the second she opened her heart for Glimmer, everything turned around for her. And people were there for her. So the more that she does that, I think the better she's going to feel and the better she's going to get. And I think it was really helpful advice. And I hope Perfuma can help guide Catra, because they're kind of on opposite ends of the friendship spectrum. So we'll have to see. And maybe Catra can teach Perfuma some like quick thinking, like, decisive action, like, and using her powers to the fullest, All right, what do you think?
I absolutely agree with you. And I also think that Perfuma is going to be really critical to Catra's like transformation as a whole, because like there's this thing called a criticism sandwich, and she doesn't quite do it in this episode. Essentially what it is if you need to give critical advice or tell someone that something is wrong or needs to be changed, anything that could be perceived as like negative towards them, you start off with a compliment or something nice, and then you give the criticism, and then you follow it up with another nice thing. And it just it like really balances it out and makes it so that people are far more willing to hear and accept and incorporate and learn from that criticism, because the context that it's being given in is so loving and supportive. And I think that, I mean, she didn't do exactly like compliment, but the idea of being such a loving force, being more able to give criticism, I think is something that's going to really benefit Catra.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to our final question. Final question. Jenny D asks, how do you think Shadow Weaver's presence will affect Catra and Adora, both individually and together?
All right, I think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be absolutely terrible. There's so much to be said for what the physical reminders and the like geographic location that trauma happens in, and how your mental health can really like regress to the point that it was at the last point you were there. And I think that's especially true when the person either like associated with the traumatic experiences, or even more so if it's the person who did the terrible things that are like still affecting you. It's just such a reminder, and it's so triggering constantly that like a lot of people talk about like when they go home for college, they feel like they're high schoolers again. It's essentially like a way worse version of that, because it just puts you back in the exact headspace that reminds you of like the worst time in your life, and then also makes you feel like you haven't made any progress because you feel the exact same feelings. Like the reactions to trauma are so subconscious and are so like set into your neural pathways when it's been going on for that long. Like Catra's entire childhood has just been validating all of these thought loops to keep her safe. Like that's ultimately what trauma does, is that you adapt to protect yourself. So your body is going to like physically react in the same way. It's going to feel exactly the same no matter how much time has passed. Those things, especially considering like sights and smells and sounds, are all so subconsciously really able to transport you to a different time. Like smelling what your kitchen smelled like, or just seeing something random can absolutely give you like a flashback pretty much to whatever time period you existed there. And so I think that's going to be really, really hard for her to process. And I think she's going to default to a lot of the things that she did as a kid just because that's like instinct. And it's going to be something she's going to have to work through and ultimately recognize that it's happening, which is like a really hard thing to do also. Like that's a really big deal. So I'm worried about how this is going to go for her. I mean, also Adora.
Adora's been around Shadow Weaver a little bit more.
Exactly. Like, I feel like it's a little bit different of a situation, although I think being in the Fright Zone with Shadow Weaver is like your brain doesn't care if like you've been around someone before. Like ultimately, if it wasn't triggering before, it could absolutely be triggering in a different context, just like depending on the day you're having or just like where your headspace is. But I'm hoping that it's not going to be too discouraging for her. And I'm hoping that ultimately, because like the other side of the coin there is going through those experiences and realizing that that's no longer your reality. For instance, in the like going home from college example, you have like all this anxiety about having to, this hypothetical, you have all this anxiety about needing to ask your parents like to go everywhere, you need to ask for rides, whatever, you have to like ask about food. When you go back and you don't have to do those things, it gives you the opportunity to kind of form a new neural pathway or a new thought loop. And
you can kind of replace the old one in a way.
Exactly, because if you're in this situation where it's like door slams, bad thing happens, door slams, bad thing happens, you're going to start to associate the two. And then if that goes on over the course of like a childhood, that's going to be really, really tough to hear. But if you go back to the same place and you hear a door slam and nothing happens, and you hear a door slam and nothing happens, and that keeps happening, it gives you the opportunity to essentially let your nervous system calm down and realize, okay, I am safe. I don't need to have these precautions and mechanisms in place anymore. I'm safe now. So hopefully being in the Fright Zone with Shadow Weaver and ultimately being in charge of her decisions and be safe and not at risk of being like pitted against her peers and not
Scorpia's gonna be coming for her, but like I understand.
No, I mean pitted against her peers by someone else, like saying like, oh, this like Adora is so much better than you at this. Like
gotcha.
She's not gonna have. I mean, even if she tries to, she doesn't have the authority to make that a threat anymore. And hopefully that will allow Catra to like really reflect on a lot of things and really kind of like ground herself in where she is now and what her reality is now and how it's different from her experience that was so traumatic. So fingers crossed that things go really well for her. It could also go super bad. So we'll see.
We'll have to see. But that was a great analysis there. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. Make sure to like and subscribe down below if you're excited for the last 3 episodes of Shera and the Princesses of Power. Episode 11 is coming this Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see all of the rest of the season now, it's all posted to Patreon, linked in the description below. So make sure to check that out if you want to see them now. Also, keep a lookout for our next series, Arcane, which is going to be releasing its first episode to Patreon very soon and coming directly after Shera ends in about a month. I think that's about it. Are we excited for episode 11 of Shera and the Princesses of Power?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.